The Wheat Ridge Historical Society wants to preserve history because we can see where we've come and how far we've come. And for the children who don't know about how people came to the high plains, how did they live?
You need to know where you have come from in order to appreciate where you're going. We had a post office and it was named Wheat Ridge. The farming community was very proud of being Wheat Ridge, and I still am proud of that.
We need to preserve the history of the area, and if we don't get things passed on as people pass on, we don't capture it.
With having been formed in 1974, the Wheat Ridge Historical Society, we have gone through, I guess I can only say, a lot of battles to save our old buildings. And having gone through all of those, now it's like we're reaping the rewards of sharing it with people in Wheat Ridge.
This is the Wheat Ridge Historical Park at 4610 Robb Street, and I like to say it's the best kept secret in Wheat Ridge. The Wheat Ridge Soddy was built in 1859, which is the gold rush years. 1973, when the Historic Society took over the Sod House, they put stucco on it to help preserve it because most sod houses only last 30 to 35 years because of the wind and the rain. And you can see how thick the walls are when you look at the windows. And also we have our cook stove that we cook on 2 times a year in May and in October, and we also have a collection of over 50 quilts that have been documented through the Colorado Quilt Council, and I have sewn the labels on that document the numbers. And then over here you might notice we have a canary in a cage, and when the ladies would be at home in the sod house and the farmers would be working, the ladies would like to talk to their canaries and it would give them company because they didn't have radios back then. When the real estate person had purchased this property, he was actually ready to bulldoze down the sod house. And some children ran and told their parents, and then they stopped him, and they had to actually buy the property back from the real estate person. This is the implement shed, tool shed, and it was made in 1985 to house the different farming equipment. And this is actually an old water pipe made of wood, donated, and we also have a barbed wire collection here that one of our members redid for us. And this is actually a laundry stove that the sad irons hook right on here so that they get hot with the fire in the belly of the stove, and then you would put your laundry tubs on top to heat your water. So this cabin we call the Johnson cabin, but it actually, to begin with, was the Coulihan cabin, and it was first at 44th and Teller, and they had to reinforce the foundation because the bottom logs had rotted away. And so that's why the ceiling appears very short and the windows are very close to the floor. And then this bed is one of the many donations we got from people, and it's a 3/4 size bed. Then here in the fireplace, this little thing that the pot sat on with the 3 legs, those are called spiders. This stove we also use on cider days and the May Festival. The city of Wheat Ridge wanted to tear the post office down and build a parking lot. It was originally on 38th and Teller, and the Wheat Ridge Historic Society kept going to the city council, and they finally let the city of Wheat Ridge buy the post office for $1 on June 1990. This is the first Wheat Ridge switchboard used from 1945 to 1950. So in here we've got a lot of school things and a lot of books. So it's kind of our research library, all kinds of information. This is the 1910 brick bungalow, and it was thought to be either a Sears or a Ward's kit home. This refrigerator is a 1938 GE, and we use it all the time. And then the stove over here is a gas stove. We don't use it, we could. And then sometimes I have the kids see if they know what this is. And it's actually a toaster, so with a gas flame, you'd put your toast on there and turn it, and you'd have to watch it so it doesn't burn. And then this, of course, is a waffle maker. This is a Hoosier, which before people had cabinets, they actually moved their kitchen Hoosier with them, and so that had their cabinet space. And then later in the 50s, people had aluminum cabinets. This is a 1915 farm map. So a lot of the roads have different names on here, like North Golden Road is now 44th Avenue, and it also used to be called Jefferson Avenue. And Robb Street used to be called Sunnyside Lane. And then behind you is the Carnation Festival plates. Then also over here, Wheat Ridge is turning 50 years old in 2019. And then in May, we have our May Festival, and this is a little replica of the May Festival Maypole dance. These are some quilt blocks made by different members of the Wheat Ridge Quilting Circle. And then in here, we've got this dollhouse that they have recently worked on.
It's our heritage, and many of us have come from all different places. We just are of a mind that we hate to see the past lost.
What we would like to do is to make sure that people know that there is a historic park and that they can bring their kids or their civic groups. What the younger generation of members is doing now is to try to promote the Historical Society. To do that, we decided every second Saturday of the year we would have an event here at 44th and Robb at the Sod House so people would know that we have a historical society. It's that connection to the past, knowing that you can't stop progress. Whatever's new, it will always be new. But that which is old is a good foundation, a place to start, to reach back and actually touch the history of how things came about. Because I want to show my children and grandchildren that everything has come from something, and how it came from is why I stay involved with a historical society.